I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breaking in, shaping up. Then it's a revolution, I suppose. This is in the apocalypse. Whoa.
It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Memphis Grizzlies. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, checking out Enes Kanter. What can we expect here?
Well, when you come in as a rookie at 6'11", 270, and you're in good shape, there's no doubt that you're going to be able to compete physically at this level. And that's the case with Kanter. Now it's just a matter of gaining experience.
And Steve, he's put that size and strength to use right from the word go. A voracious offensive rebound with the knack to finish around the rim. You look at the Jazz, this is a hot team. They currently hold the best record in the entire NBA.
Checking out Utah, they've had such a tremendous regular season. I mean, really exceeding even the most optimistic projections. A bit of a surprise, actually.
And with the playoffs right around the corner, they are really excited to see just how far they can go. They only get so many chances to win it all, and they have to be in that conversation.
Gasol with the block. And now running up the court, Miller pushing it up. Conley dishes to Gasol. Misses the layup.
For the majority of his career, Marc Gasol has been referred to as the other Gasol. But last season, you can make that case that he surpassed his brother Powell in terms of impact on the court.
They get the first bucket of the game there.
And I think it's going to be a good one.
Swiped it away. Here's Mr. Clutch. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all five guys on a string defensively, ready to react and make a play.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. We're about 1 minute into the first. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I had a chance to catch up with Dave Yeager. His big key defensively is to deny them drives and finishes at the rim. He said that's where they're most effective, getting to the cup. If we're going to win, we've got to shrink those gaps and bait them into taking contested jump shots. Guys, a chance to break the tie on the season series if they're successful.
And as always, Doris, thank you. The Grizzlies off to a slow start. 7-point differential. And Marc Gasol, a little bigger than his older brother Powell, very comfortable at the center position, whereas Powell is a little more of a tweener. They're both obviously so incredibly skilled.
They sure are. I mean, both Gasol's able to play in the high post as passers or jump shooters or down on the low block, and where they can use their array of offensive skill. Pretty impressive to see two players like that coming out of the same family.
Randolph against Favors. There's the steal. Here's Hayward. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Conley with it, now guarded by Mr. Clutch. Prince kicks to Gasol. Rejected by Kanter.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
Mr. Clutch. No good with the triple. Utah comes into this one after the win against Detroit.
And I thought the key was their ability to stretch the defense. They got hot from behind that three-point line, and that really gave them the margin they needed.
Yeah, that's right. It opened up things for them in a huge way. The defense was never able to get comfortable.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Jazz?
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers, turning them over.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far. Mike Conley, the number 4 pick back in 2007 out of the Ohio State University. He wasn't an instant star in the NBA, but both year in and year out.
And Conley has played his entire career with the Memphis Grizzlies, improving alongside the team.
I feel like he's going to be an all-star before too long. He's the franchise's all-time leader in assists, but I think the stability and the faith that the organization has placed in him has helped him mature and helped him develop into where he is right now, which I think is one of the best point guards in the game.
I would agree.
You know, you look at the flex offense that Utah utilizes, and it requires that players, one, be versatile and multi-skilled, but also that they have good basketball IQs. You need to be able to screen and read defenses effectively. And that's not easy, but it's certainly a good way to play if you've got the right people.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Kicks it out to Prince. And Conley gets it to go. The assist by Prince.
Boy, the fifth time's the charm. That's a big basket there.
And here's Utah. They're on a 16-3 run. And Clark, back to that flex offense you were talking about. Some players come into the league with the bad habit of standing around when they don't have the ball. Steve, that's not going to cut it in the flex.
No, it keeps you moving. It keeps the ball going. A lot of screening and cutting. It's a great offense, and it's difficult to cover. But I like what you said. It teaches the young players how to play as well.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Davis comes in for Zach Randolph. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Mike Miller. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. Take a look at Utah. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, Memphis. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
Taking a look at Memphis, they've just about finished the season and are sitting about in the middle of the playoff pack, and not sure how they feel about that at this point.
And the question will be, can they break from the pack and really peak at the right time? I mean, what you accomplish in the playoffs can really define a team's season.
Guys, you look at the roster of this Memphis team, and they have a lot to offer. Size and strength inside, playmakers on the perimeter, and improving an outstanding point guard in Mike Conley Jr., but you have to wonder, have they hit their ceiling?
Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. Clark had talked about the Grizzlies don't have a megastar that other teams do to lean on in crunch time. And Steve, they traded the closest thing to that in Rudy Gay last season.
Well, closest thing is right, Kevin. Rudy Gay was not a superstar. He was very, very good, but if he was a true superstar, they would not have moved him. So I think they just felt like they couldn't afford Gay's contract. They wanted to move on and play through their big men, Gasol and Randolph. And I think in the end, probably a wise decision because the team performed very well without Gay anyway.
Here's Mr. Clutch after the made shot from Bayless. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
What a stellar outing in this one for Mr. Clutch. He already has 10 points and 2 steals as well. Early on, already making a huge difference for him.
Just setting a great example for the rest of the team to follow.
The Grizzlies making a switch here, and so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Well, really a promising young roster for the Utah Jazz team, guys. A lot of blue-chip talent there. I think in a couple of years, this team has a chance to be one of the best in the West.
Here's Franklin. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Franklin's got his first points of the game.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
And you got to give this Utah front office a lot of credit. You're right, Clark. They've only missed the playoffs 5 times in the last 30 seasons. Steve, that is a remarkable run.
What I like about Utah, too.
Looking at Memphis, they took the win in their last game against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
Hayward 3 and favors the 4. Alec Burks is out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Cantor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group right now for Utah. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Thanks, guys. Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Pistons just played phenomenal. He ended with 62 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, Clark, I thought was truly incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, he did the work of several players in that game. He really didn't need much support at all.
But they shouldn't count on that type of performance again tonight, Clark. I mean, his teammates need to be prepared to carry a little bit more of the load.
Stolen by Michael Conley. And it's Memphis on the break. Prince outside, all alone. And the shot is long.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Good on the three-point shot. Mr. Clutch has got 5 points in the quarter.
Maybe that'll get him going here in the second quarter. He already knocked down 2 in the first.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That is his first foul of the game. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. Outside Conley. He dishes it to Gasol. Another shot, and the rejection by Favors. One-on-one here. Here's Mr. Clutch. Boom, he jams it straight down.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
Burks with the double team. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Miller kicks to Gasol. Kicks it out to Prince. Back to Gasol. 6 to shoot. Now here is Miller. Burks covering. Miller, no luck. Jazz leading by 17. Down low. And that one's good by Favors.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Pushing it up. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Favors got 6.
And their offense is really cranked up in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've got it going now. Above 60% shooting for the night, and it's going to be tough to beat them when they shoot it like that.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Well, you hate to say it, but they showed a lack of heart.
Here's Okoyen. And they get it, and it's blocked by Rush. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. And to look at the top single-season player efficiency ratings, I love this statistic. Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and we've got some more modern talent representing as well.
Yeah, you're talking the elites of the game when you go down that list. Interesting to see a new school stat kind of juxtaposed with the old school legends, but you know, the rankings obviously make sense if those guys are at the top.
Bayless off a pick from Lure, and they call an illegal screen here. Now some of the best in the NBA right here, the top scorers, efficiency-wise. Well, you look at Favors, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Mr. Clutch, right on his tail.
And you can't say enough about these two guys shooting the ball this season. Look at their percentage, just off the charts.
That's good. Mr. Clutch has got 20 points.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Grizzlies have really been struggling with their free throws than make so far. Zach Randolph's checked in for Lure. Both free throws good from Okoyen. Jazz leading by 19 points. 32 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Memphis has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Boyan, the pass to Bayless. And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Bayless. Randolph's got his first points of the night. Now Williams. Here's Mr. Clutch. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And an ideal finish to the quarter for them as he drains it at the buzzer.
Boy, I like the fact he didn't rush it at all. Fantastic shot.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Jazz out in front, just dominating this one. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Hi, everyone. Damon Bruce here on 2K Sports, the late season edition. Welcome. Utah with the lead against Memphis. They look to continue their winning streak. It's been a dominating outing for Mr. Clutch through 2. He's up to 24 points, and he's been all over the defensive side of the court as well. The Grizzlies on the other side, not looking nearly as good. Awful free throw shooting has been a major thorn in their side. It's been ugly. And that'll do it for us here in the studio. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the game.
What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
The Grizzlies trail by 21.
A lot of what Memphis has done to build its team would have to be considered taking the undervalued approach. You look at guys like Zebo, Marc Gasol, and most recently Jared Bayless. Those were good players that really have found a nice home in Memphis.
So on the floor for Memphis, Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front. Conley out there with Miller, and it's Prince in at the 3. Conley kicks to Gasol. From 15 feet away, offensive rebound. Utah leading by 23.